Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Diamond Box by PageDough, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the entire grid with the digits 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which are boxes. In this case, we have cells connected by a pink Renband line form a set of consecutive digits in any order without repeats. So again, this has to be a consecutive set of digits here, and there cannot be repeats on it. We have adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must differ by at least 5. So for example, if this were 3, this would have to be 8 or 9 to make sure, because those are the only digits that are 5 or more away from 3. Now, this is adjacent digits along an orange Dutch whisper line must differ by at least 4. So if this were 3, this would have to be 7, 8, or 9 in these spaces because those are the only digits that are 4 or more away from 3. We also have box borders divide the blue region sum line into segments with the same sum. So there's only one blue region sum line, so basically this is the same, this equals the same as this, which equals the same as these three, which equal the same as the sum of these three, same as these three, these three, these three, and these three. So that's how region sum lines work. We also have cells joined by a V sum to 5 and digits joined by a white dot are consecutive, and these are called white Kropke dots. And not all V's or dots are given. So for example, if this were 2, this would have to be 3 because these digits must add up to 5. If this digit was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7 because those digits must be consecutive. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, so let's start with the easiest parts. The digits that are separated by the V's must be, must be either 1, 4 or 2, 3. So this is 1, 4 or 2, 3. This is consecutive with another 1, 4 or 2, 3. And these are 1, 4 or 2, 3. These are 1, 4 or 2, 3. Now, the remaining digits in column 2, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple it in... Well, actually, let's start here. If on a German whisper line, if you have a digit that's from 1 through 4, what digits are next to it? 1 can be next to 6 through 9, 2 can be next to 7 through 9, 3 can be next to 8 or 9, and 4 can only be next to 9, right? Because those are the only sets that are 5 or more away from 1 through 4. That means next to 1 through 4, you have a digit from 6 through 9. If you have a digit from 6 through 9 on a German whisper line, what digits are next to that? It has to be 6 can only be next to 1, 7 can be next to 1 or 2, 8 can be next to 1, 2, or 3, and 9 can be next to 1 through 4. So you'll always alternate between digits from 1 through 4 and then 6 through 9. And then you'll have to go back to the 1 through 4, then 6 through 9, and back and forth. So therefore, since this is 1 through 4, we're going to mark these all as low. All the other digits, so the digits next to it on a German whisper line must be high. So this has to be high, this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high, and this is low. Right? Because again, next to on a German whisper line, the digits next to a low digit have to be a high digit, and the digits next to a high digit have to be low digits. Therefore, in row 8, we have 4 low digits, which means the remaining digits in those digits have to be 5 through 9, right? Because we can't have a low anymore. Well, since this is 5 through 9, and it's next to a high digit on a Dutch whisper line, what are the only digits that can be next to each other? Well, first of all, 5 can never be on a German whisper line, so this can never be 5. This digit is 6 through 9. Well, if you take any of these digits here, the only digit which can be 4 or more away from 6 through 9 is 5, which has to be next to a 9. So this has to be 5, which forces this to be 9. This 5 is only 4 or more away from 1. So that makes this a 1 and a 4, which forces this not to be 1 or 4. This becomes a 2-3 pair. This cannot be 2 and 3 because it would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. So this has to be a 1-4 pair, and it can't be 4 because of the 4 in the box. So this must be 1, which makes this 4. And this has to be 2 or 3 because it's the last 2 or low digit in the column. This 2-3 pair eliminates 2 and 3 here. So that makes this a 1-4 pair. 1 and 4 can only be next to 2, 3, or 5. And these digits have to be 4 or more away from each other. So the only digits that fit would be 5 here and 1 here, which forces this to be 4. Same here. What digits are 4 or more away from 5? The only digit here can be 1 and 4. So from that, you can. It's easy to, yeah. This is really restrictive in the what can be where. This has to be a 2-3-2-3 pair in row 9 for the in the German whisper lines because we don't have a 1 and a 4 available. This has to be 6 through 9 here. So the region sum for the regions have to be at least 11. Right? Right. So this is 6 through 9. It's the same digit. These digits in this lower center box have to be 6, 7, and 8. And this specifically, one of these two has to be a 7 because it's consecutive with each other. This 1 is only consecutive with 2 out of 2 and 3. So this is 2, this is 3, which forces this to be 2. These digits can only be 7 and 8 because the only digits next that can be next to 2 and 3 are 7, 8, and 9. And we already have a 9 in the row. So this is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. This can only be 8 next to this 3, so this must be 8 here, which makes this 7. 7 can only be next to 1 and 2 on a German whisper line, and this can't be 1, so this has to be 2, which forces that to be 3. This can no longer be 8 here. 1 can be next to, well, let's continue. This is 4 can only be next to 8 or, oh wait, this is not on never mind. 1 can be next to 5 through 9 on a Dutch whisper line, and this can't be 7 or 9 because we know the 7 has to be here for the consecutive digits. Same here. This is 5 through 9. This also has to be 5 through 9, right? Because the remaining digits in column 2 have to be 5 through 9. Well, since this is 5 through 9, and this is 5 through 9, these two digits have to be specifically 5 and 9. That eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 or 9, so it has to be 6, 7, or 8 here. Okay. 1 can only be next to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but no 7 because that's a 7. 6 through 9 can only be next to 1 through 5, but this has to be 1, 2, or 3. And this digit is consecutive with 1, 2, or 3, but it can't be 4 or 5. So this is 1, 2, or 3 also, but it can't be 2 because of this 2. Well, then this has to be 1 or 3, which means it's consecutive with a 2. Because as the 1 and 3 can only be consecutive with 2 and 4. 4 is already counted for in the row. This 2 is consecutive, can be next to a 6, 7, 8, 9 on a Dutch whisper line. What else do we have here? So this digit, this sum here, is at least it's 12, 13, or 14. Right? 156 is 12, 157 is 13, 158 is 14. So this sum must be 12, 13, or 14. So it must be 237 or 239, which means this sum on this line has to be 12 or 14, because those are the only choices we have here. Therefore, this can't be 7. We have in this box a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair, which eliminates 6 and 8 from the rest of the box, so this is 7. This sum here must also add up to 12 or 14, so this is 6 or 8. Right, this is 237 and 239. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in row 7, which eliminates 6 and 8 in the rest of the row. This can't be 6 or 8. This is 5, so this must add up with 7 or 9. In fact, this digit is exactly the same as this one, right? Because you have the sums being equal, and this adds up to 5, and this adds up to 5. What else do we have? This 7 is on the renban. So 7 cannot be... Okay, this adds up to 12 or 14. And if this were 9, it would add up to 15 at minimum, right? 1, 6, and 9. So this cannot be 9, therefore this is 5 and this is 9. This has to then be 1 and 5 adding up with 6 and 8 here. Okay. This is a 7 or 9, and it has to be next to 5, 6, or 8. The only possibility then has to be 5 and 9, because 7 is not 4 or more away from 6 or 8, or 5. So this is 5, which forces this to be 9. So we know the sum for the region sum line is 14. Therefore, this is 8, this is 6, this is 8, right? 14, 14, 14. This is 8. This cannot be 8 here. This adds up to 14. So it has to be 10 for these two digits. Cannot be, it's either 2, 8 or 3, 7. And this can't be 2, 3, or 8, so this is 7, which makes this a 3. So that adds up to 14. This must add up to 14. And this must add up to 14. Where should we go next? 2 cannot be any of these digits in row 2. Where is the 2 in row 2? It must be here, because the 2 is already in the box. Let's remove the orange. Okay. The remaining 3 digits in row 2 are 5, 6, and 8. 8 cannot be here. If this is 14, it's either 1, 5, 8 or 3, 5, 6. So 5 has to be one of these two digits, so 5 cannot be here. What about these 3? Well, okay. 7 cannot appear on the rest of this renban because there are no repeats on renban. Can't be here in the central box. So therefore, where can it be? It has to be one of these digits here. Remaining digits actually in column 5 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. This can't be 1 or 2 because of this 1 or 2. And this can't be 1 because of that 1. Therefore, whereas the 1 in column 5, it has to be one of these two cells. And we know on this Renban, we have to have all the digits from either 1 through 8 or 2 through 9. And the thing is, all of these cells see this cell. So if we had the digits 1 through 8 on the Renban, it would all see this cell, and there would be no possibilities for that cell then anymore. So this must be the digits 2 through 9, which eliminates 2 through 9 in the rest of this box. So this must be a 1. This can't be 1. What else does that leave? 5 can only be next to 1 or 9 here. 9 can be next to 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But 2 is eliminated because of this 2. 2 has to be one of these two digits here. Well, where is a 2 in column 4 then? Can't be one of these because one of these must be a 2. These are all filled out. This can't be a 2 because of that 2. This is filled out, so this must be a 2 here. What else do we have? The remaining digits in column 4 are 6 through 9. And this can't be 8 or 9 here. The 7 can no longer be on the Renban again. And this can't be 9. So we know a 9 has to be one of these two digits here. We already kind of knew that, actually, because this 9 eliminated 9 here, this 9 eliminated 9 here, and these couldn't be 9 because of this 9, so one of those was a 9 anyways. Remaining digits in column 2 are 6 and 9, and this can't be 9 because of the 9 in the box, so this is 6, this is 9. Remaining digits in row 8 are 6 and 7, and this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the box, so that's 7, which makes that a 6. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 8, which forces this to be a 5-6 pair, which means 5 and 6 must add up with 3 to add up to 14 for the region sum line. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so that's 6, which means this can't be 6. This becomes a 2-3 pair in column 5. This 6 eliminates 6 on the rest of the Renban, so this can't be 6, this can't be 6. That forms an 8-9 pair, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of column 4, so this can't be 8 or 9. This is 7, which makes this a 6, which forces this to be a 7. That leaves 4 and 5 on in the rest of this middle box. That means we have 2 and 3 left in the Renban for the digits 2 through 9. This can't be 2, so this must be 3, which forces this to be 2. This can never be 3 because of these 3. The remaining digits in row 5 are 4 and 5. So this is a 4-5 pair. That means this 4-5 pair eliminates 4 and 5 from the rest of the box, so this can't be 4, 5. This is 1 or 9. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 4, which forces this to be 5. What else do we have? These 3 digits must add up to 14. You can have 1, 4, 9, and then 9 cannot be here. If 9 were here, the problem is you can't have a 4 and a 1 here. You can't have 9 and 5 already add up to 14, and so that's not possible. So this can't be 9, this has to be 1, which forces this to be 5 because it's 4 or more away from the 1. So this is 5, this is 4. This must be 9 to add up to 14. This could be 5 or 9 here. That's fine. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's 8 and 9. Rest of column 6 is 3 and 8, and this can't be 3 because of that 3. So this is 8, this is 3. Rest of row 3 is 1 and 9. This can't be 9 because of that 9, so this is 1 and 9. Rest of column 3 is 4, 6, and 7. And this can't be 7, so this is 4. It can't be 4, so this must be 6, which forces this to be a 4, 7 pair here. But this can't be 4 here because of that 4, so this is 7, this is 4. That leaves that remaining digit as an 8. In the left center box, the remaining digits are 3 and 6. And they could be either. In the lower left box, we have 4 and 5, and this can't be 4 because of this 4, so this must be 5, which forces this to be 4. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 9. That leaves us in row 9 with a 1 and 5 pair. This can't be 1 because of this 1, so this is 5 and 1. That leaves us as a 3. This 5 eliminates that 5, so it's 6 and 5. We have only remaining 7 in column 8. We have 1 and 4 remaining in row 1, and this can't be 1 because of this 1, so this is 4, this is 1. In column 9, the remaining digits are 2 and 7. And this can't be 7 because of this 7, so this is 2, this is 7, this 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 3 and 2. The 3 eliminates 3 here, it's 6 and 3. That leaves us with a 6 and an 8. And that's how you solve it. Yeah, pretty cool use of these lines. It is very easy, but you can go about it many different ways. But they're all, very useful, I guess. I just chose the way that I did because it seemed the most restrictive, right? So looking at lows and highs. And that's why I like German whisper lines. It's a very simple restriction, but yet you can use it through a lot of different types of puzzles, I guess. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.